Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have a pretty exciting matchup. We have the Emperor's finest versus a plethora of Jedis to try and see who is the best with the Force. Now, quick disclaimer, we are actually recording this at the new Entoyment store that has recently opened up. It was our first time down there. Had a few issues with the lighting. As you will see later in the video, we tried to correct this as we were going through. Going forward, we'll be able to obviously make this a lot better, but the next couple of videos gets a little bit dark occasionally. And obviously I'm not constantly looking at the screen to fix this, but going forward this should not be an issue in the future. But more important than the list right now, we are actually running the new scenario here, Ancient Knowledge, which is a really cool scenario. The new points scoring system is live for this as well. So we'll cover that in just a moment, but let's have a look at those lists. So we have on the left-hand side, we've got James running the Empire. He's one of the players who occasionally pops down to the store in his travels with his dad. This time he was playing X-Wing with us and he has brought Darth Vader in the Defender. Big old 9 points, and he's running in with just Malice. We've got Soontir Fel for the Battle over Endor with Apex Predator, No Escape, Blank Signature and Feedback Emitter. I am quickly becoming a big fan of this Soontir Fel. And we have Whisper. It's almost like he knew I wanted to record this because we have Whisper on the board as well in the TIE Phantom. This is the standard loadout Whisper with Without a Trace, Relay System and the Stygium Reserve. Absolutely fantastic to see these 3 ships, these 3 pilots on the table. It's making me think maybe I want to run Darth Vader in the Defender at some point in the future. But on the other side, we have Ben's Republic list, Oddball in the V19 with Marksmanship, Munitions Failsafe, Proton Torpedoes and Proton Rockets. All of the Proton just stuck on that V19. And then we have 4 Jedi Generals in the Emitter 2, all of them with Battle Meditation, R4P Astromech, and the Targeting Computer. So they are going to be looking to Battle Meditate, spend a force, and coordinate 2 focuses, 2 evades onto all their ships and really try and turtle those up and weather the potential storm that is coming from the other side. I mean, this has got to be one of the fewest amount of shields I've actually seen on the table in such a long time, and it's the Empire that has more shields than the opponent. This does not happen normally, so I'm very excited for this matchup. As we said, we are running the Ancient Knowledge scenario this time around. Really nice to see a new scenario come out from the XWA. They've done a fantastic job with this one. It's really good fun. So for those of you that have been living in an Alderaanian asteroid for a while, Ancient Knowledge, so you have 3 data caches on the table. They are placed in the standard fashion. So with scoring, starting on the 2nd round, at the start of the end phase, each player has 1 mission point if at least one of their ships has the Ancient Knowledge condition, or 2 mission points instead if they have more ships with the Ancient Knowledge condition than their opponents. However, if a player does score 2 mission points, they must choose one of their ships to lose that Ancient Knowledge condition. Now, classic scenario action to capture that. So when a ship performs a transmit action, choose a data cache at range 0 to 1, spend that cache's charge, which are noted with the blue and red tokens on there, and assign the Ancient Knowledge condition to that ship. Now, after scoring, in the end phase, each data cache will, with an inactive charge, does recover that. So there is a potential to get a lot of ships with this at the same time. But the Ancient Knowledge condition, this is where it gets quite exciting. You can only have one Ancient Knowledge condition, but while you defend or perform an attack, you may discard this condition to change one of your results to a hit or an evade result. That is very, very powerful. In the right hands, that can be devastating. I'm looking at sort of Soontir Fel, Vader, even Whisper, any ship really that's going to be really powerful, but to change any result, suddenly there's a blank token being changed. I mean, you pair that up with this Vader, and with that ship ability of while you form an attack, you may spend one force charge to change one blank result to a hit. Oh, that's incredibly scary and incredibly powerful mechanic there. Just, you know what, really good job to the XWA team for bringing us a 5th scenario, but a really cool, really fun one that doesn't feel like you're sacrificing doing the action to gain the Ancient Knowledge condition. Unlike, say, Salvage, where that's your action, that's all you've done, and it only really, although it helps you score, it only really feels like a downside because you can't boost or barrel roll, etc. This feels really fun. Obviously, that mission scoring as well has been adapted across all of these scenarios, so you'll only ever score a maximum of 2 points per round for the missions, which I think is really good. Brings back that dogfighting element. It's not just a case of, I've got 5 ships, we're playing Assault, I'm going to swarm those objectives and stick around them and not really care what you're doing, I'm just going to score as many points as possible. Really nice. So, regardless of that, fantastic scenario. Back to the game. It looks like those Jedi Generals are obviously sticking together to take advantage of the battle meditation. Slight error in there. Ben did actually put down a focus and evade off of it. With battle meditation, it has to be the same token. So he thinks that he's messed it up in not getting all of his ships tokened up. Only because there was a slight error in there. He does get that right later on, so spoilers. But Whisper is in a really nice position there to get some early shots into those Jedi. Those tokens are going to be so important for them. Yes, they've got alright evade stats, but they are still only 3 health apiece, and 3 health ships can pop really, really quickly, and they've got to really hope to get that. They really want that range 1 or bullseye on to be able to get some serious damage in. Oddball is the one here to be getting the damage in. Ooh, whoa, Vader. Are we going to see a barrel roll from Vader to get away from there? Ooh, James is really debating taking that Ancient Knowledge charge up at the top there. And now we just got some of the old silver metal charge tokens coming down there to represent the Ancient Knowledge. Definitely going to have to look at getting some tokenage for that to make that really clear and obvious. So I'll have to look at that in the future. Might be time to get the 3D printer out for that. But Vader literally not caring about the fact there's a gas can in front of him. James is saying, I want points. That's all I care about right now. And when you've got a 3-ship build, I know it's Vader, I know it's Whisper, I know it's Soontir, individually great, tend to work quite well with a lot of support, but not a bad matchup for them, to be honest. If they can weather the storm, they are more likely to be able to put the hurt in. But here we go. First shot of the game is going to be Whisper. Looks like he's going, I believe that's long range. 2 hits so far. No damage this round. Not sure if that was into blue or into oddball there. Either way, no damage going through. Let's see what Ben can do in response. So it looks like blue does have a shot there. Range 2 into Whisper. Ooh, not much there. Spending that focus, knocking the camera. Got the evade. James was using some really nice dice that did not show up very well on the dice cam, but luckily when editing it I could see what the results were, so they are going to pop up on the screen for you guys in the bottom left just to show you what James was rolling as he was rolling. But 2 points to 1 off the Ancient Knowledge. Vader has sacrificed his Ancient Knowledge in favour of Soontir right now. I really think that's the right option. Soontir is more likely going to be in the fray. Having that with a potential focus or an evade there as well, and all of Soontir's abilities, that's going to be crazy. I mean, Apex Predator on there for the reroll is going to be so good. Yeah, just, you know what? This Soontir is going to love Ancient Knowledge. Essentially, Apex Predator is, I would say, 95 times out of 100, Apex Predator is going to be live. So you're going to get that reroll for having the higher initiative. Taking a focus as well, and then having that Ancient Knowledge just gives you so much flexibility there. So the Apex Predator lets you reroll it. If you don't get a result, you could potentially spend your Ancient Knowledge to trigger that, or you could save it for defense. But here we go. Here's the battle meditation. So red and blue moving forward. Double evade to green and yellow. Double focus to green and yellow. So the setup is looking like it is going well here. What you'd anticipate now, green and yellow coming in. One will double evade, one will double focus, red and blue. A really efficient way of getting a lot of tokens down on the board there. Yes, it does cost you a force, but a focus will change multiple eyes. An evade is always super handy. And you do still have that force there should you need it. But the initiative is over with Ben, so Oddball is going to swing round. He's got the Ancient Knowledge as well, so if he does take a target lock, he's got a super one-shot focus there. Actually, probably the best way of thinking of Ancient Knowledge is like a supercharged one-shot focus, because it will just change anything. Well, blank or eye, really. You're not going to change a crit to a hit. So here is the question. What does Ben prioritize points-wise of the two ships near him? Whisper is the more points. Going to be probably one of the trickier to get down, as he's got that inbuilt evade. Is only 2 evades, though, on the Phantom. And forcing the expenditure of the evades is definitely not what Whisper wants to see, but I do really like the standard loadout Whisper. There's a couple of changes to the way this one works. So Whisper's ship ability now, after you perform an attack, you may spend 1 charge to perform a cloak action. So you can basically instantly cloak. You get 2 charges that are non-recurring. So rather than having to wait till the end phase, you can do that. Obviously with a Stygium array, after you decloak, you may perform an evade action. At the start of the end phase, you may spend 1 evade token to gain 1 cloak token. That has not changed. Now, do have the Without a Trace upgrade. So after you gain a cloak token, you may remove one red token. While you are cloaked, enemy ships cannot acquire locks on you. So that's really handy if you do a stressful maneuver. You've got your evade, you don't spend it, you cloak. There you go. You can get rid of that stressful maneuver, your dial is opened up again. Something that was always really tricky with the Phantoms. You've got the relay system. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 performs a target lock action, you may acquire a lock on the same object. After you perform an attack that hits, you may spend a lock you have on the defender. If you do, another friendly ship at range 0 to 1 may acquire a lock on the defender. So it's a shame that Whisper is I5 here, but potentially could then pass that lock on to Soontir in a situation where obviously he can't normally lock. And then finally, you've got the Stygium Reserve. After you fully execute a maneuver, you may spend one charge to perform a boost action, even while stressed. So really nice there. Could do some really cool stuff there. So could do a 3 or a 4k turn and then boost back in if perhaps maybe that k turn took you a bit further out than you're expecting, or took you offline of where you wanted to be to come into an attack. So really cool. But Vader once again grabbing the ancient knowledge. He's searching for something, but what is he searching for? It might be a little bit late to find out Darth Plagueis' tricks, but we've got a bit of a melee here. Soontir Fel going into oddball. So Apex Predator and spending the ancient knowledge, 3 hits. Oh, that's all going through. That's half points on oddball. And all the bench ships are 4 points apiece, so that makes it nice and easy to work out. But that's a pretty good shot there from Soontir, doing exactly what Soontir does. What is next for Soontir? Is he going to stay there, or is he going to use his ability, spend one of his charges and just get out of there? In a nice position to grab another ancient knowledge as well. Yep, there we go. There is Soontir's ability, allowing him to gain a deplete token to boost or barrel roll and suddenly go, haha, you now have no shot. So the shoot and fade ability. I love that with Soontir. I only do it twice, but it's so handy. The couple of times I've done it, it's been super handy. And now oddball is going to be looking like he's going to take a shot at Whisper. Looks like Proton Torpedoes. He's got the ancient knowledge there if he wants to use it, but he's going to hope that the dice give him what he needs straight away. So 2 hits, changing one up to a crit, keeping it at that. Ooh, getting 1 through. James not spending that evade, does not want to run the risk of not being able to cloak Whisper there. So a shield off Whisper. There's my hand in the background there, just having a word with Ben, saying, leave Whisper alone. You know that's my favourite. But that's big. Whisper, 3 hits, 2 evades, and that is into oddball. Oddball is down to 1. And looks like the only other shot is going to be yellow into Whisper. James just debating whether he cloaks now. Oh, he is going to cloak, so that is an extra 2 evade tokens there. Oh, looks like he might need those from that shot from yellow. Getting 3 evades there. Although I'm not sure. I'm just having a look back over Whisper's abilities. Oh, right, I see what happened there. He was flipping over. So we've got the dual-sided evade cloak token. So he wasn't gaining another evade. He was just representing that with a different token. So there we go. That makes a lot of sense. I was just trying to think, how's he getting that? But it's not. He's not spending it to cloak. He's spending a charge to cloak. So all good. Having to just try and make sure that I knew what was happening there. But again, a solid turn for James, scoring another point on the mission objective. Another one for Ben, but a 5-2 lead here for James. And we're seeing some system phase shenanigans from these Jedis with their intuitive controls. And it looks like the Jedi are going to be breaking formation. Probably in anticipation of Vader moving in quickly to try and see if they can catch him in the net. They felt a disturbance in the Force from the far future, and they're looking to see what they can do, see if they can right the mistakes of the past. But I'll tell you what, it's really cool though, seeing those Jedi do their boost, but with red and green boosting off to the side. It's just really... I mean, obviously we're down south, we're used to the air show, we see the red arrows a lot, and it just puts me in mind of the red arrows and just some of the maneuvers they can do. It's already looking like it's going to be quite cool. Just imagining smoke trails coming out of the back of them and them just coming back in and doing some cool tricks. But let's see that. I'm wondering if that was the original decloak that James was going to do, or if he changed his mind after those Jedi moved out the way, because that looks like a really good spot for Whisper to be able to swing back around. Ben has the initiative, so Oddball is going to be out of the way as well, so could possibly see a candy cane here. Obviously by candy cane I mean where a Phantom decloaks and then you use a one hard maneuver off the back of that, making it look sort of similar to the candy cane. And if people haven't actually flown Phantoms before, I do highly suggest it. It is really good fun. It can be a little bit tricky. You can get yourself stuck in a few spots occasionally, but the decloak mechanic is really cool. And the standard loadouts for Echo and Whisper, big fans of those. Really nice standard loadout cards there. But the Jedi have split up. Oddball is swinging round. Here is the candy cane. Oh, Oddball is in a difficult position. He has a Whisper right behind him, range 1. This could be very unfortunate for Oddball. He's only got 1 health as well, so If he comes out of this still alive, I will be very impressed. He does have the ancient knowledge and the focus, so he's got the tools to try and survive. As to whether he makes out of this, good luck to him. May the force be with him, basically. Oh, okay, Whisper moving away. Barrel rolling out of the way there. I'm not sure if Whisper's now going to have a shot. Soontir just swinging round. Could pick up that ancient knowledge or could boost round, but looks like ancient knowledge is the play. And again, you only score if you use the ancient knowledge condition card, you then are not scoring it for that ship. But oh, that's a very unfortunate position. Oddball is going to be in a fair amount of trouble there. But Vader looks like he might actually be in 3 arcs there, but he's got focus, evade, ancient knowledge, and 3 force to play with. And a reminder with Vader, he can only use the force while attacking, so that focus, that's all for defense, really. So that is Malice. And Oddball evaded. Ooh, ancient knowledge could have been handy there to have actually used that. That would have taken Oddball off the board, but Soontir Apex Predator into a blank. Spending the ancient knowledge. And Green Jedi General having to spend that last force point, so no modifications for Green in the attack on Vader, which is unfortunate because he's got a nice range 1 shot. Oh, apologies, there was actually a crit that snuck through there, so that was a hull breach. Must miss that on the dice cam there. Oh, that is a pretty good procket into Vader there from Oddball. Oh, do you spend the ancient knowledge to get the 5 through? It's only got 3 of 8 dice. Could guarantee 2 through. Yes, spending ancient knowledge, guaranteeing 2 shields dropped by Vader here. So focus and evade there. 2 shields down on Vader of the 7. Interesting to use that focus. I would have potentially used ancient knowledge instead. Again, ancient knowledge can only change 1. He can't use his force in defense either. And again, apologies. This is where I said obviously it didn't really look it whilst we were actually in store, but this is where obviously the lighting did drop a bit, unfortunately, for us. I mean, at the table, still looked great. You can still see everything, but we've got some lights that we're going to bring specifically going forward. The old store had some really nice strip light, you didn't need to worry, but new store doesn't have that same lighting at this time. But I will say, if ever you're in the Paul Bournemouth area and you're looking for any form of games, Entoyment is definitely the place to go. Such a great place to play. So many tables, wonderful cafe on site as well, and the staff there are fantastic. So and just an update, there is a blinded pilot on Green as well from the Whisper shot, but now everything is going into Vader. 2 hits there from Red. Getting one evade, spending Ancient Knowledge this time, so no more damage on Vader yet. Blue is going to get a chance there as well. That looks... Ooh, hard to tell from this angle because we can't see what is happening there. Let's see how many dice are rolled. If it's, I think that might be range 2. It is range 2. Spending the Force, so Blue is now out of Force as well. Ooh, another shield down on Vader. Not quite half points, but very, very close. Just the one from green here, and it is evaded. So not a bad turn there for Ben. Got some good damage in on Vader, but a lot of points scored for James. He's now up to 7 points with the half on green and oddball. No mission points scored there as all Ancient Knowledge had to be used. Very wisely used by Ben there though, guaranteeing 2 damage into Vader. But it is the Empire who does have initiative. There'll be no system phase shenanigans from those Jedi. Whisper just shuffling himself across the board there. And Soontir making use of sensitive controls as well. So let's see what these Jedi can muster in response. Vader likely to be somewhere in front, so is Ben going to see if he can focus down the Dark Lord, score himself a massive 9 points if he can as well. Yep. Target lock there from red. Target's computer, great upgrade on these Jedi. Taking that action to a white action there as opposed to a purple action. I would say there is a strong argument for targeted computer being just such a good 1 point upgrade. And saying that, don't change the points of it. I think 1 point is right for something like targeted computer. Don't make it 2 or 3. I think that would be naughty. I think 1 point for it is perfect. But that's a bump from yellow into oddball, which does typically for Ben do damage. Is a bit unfortunate. Let's see where green is going to go. So that looks like, I think it was blue doing battle meditation there. Green fits absolutely fine. Will he spend his force on battle meditation as well? Looking at where Vader is, I think the best place would be to put it onto... Oh, it's real tough actually. Blue and yellow, I would say. Fully anticipating that Vader is going to be doing a 4K when it comes to his move. But Whisper is up next. Too hard. Do we see the barrel roll across to get out from behind that obstacle? See if he can... Nope, going for the Ancient Knowledge. Again, having the decloak means he's not so worried about that obstacle in front of him there. And oddball is... Is he K-turning or is he going for points? Oddball getting out there, looking to take that ancient knowledge then. All comes down to where Soontir ends up. But here's Vader. Oh, it's a 3 hard from Vader, not the 4K turn. I mean, I suppose the 3 hard does mean he's only going to be in one ship's arc, out of one ship's, he's only in 3 ships' arcs, sorry. Whereas if he'd have done the 4K, he'd have been in all 4 of their arcs, but the combination of Vader, Whisper, and Soontir more than likely would have been enough to take out yellow and green. But looks like James is wanting to be greedy and see, can he take out 3 ships? I mean, Soontir's super aggressive in there behind green. That Jedi has got to be thinking, this is probably going to be the end here. I am not getting out of this. Fully expect a focus on Soontir Fel. There we go. So Apex Predator, focus. Yeah. Not a good place for Green Jedi General to be, but Vader, range 1 into red. Just a hit focus at the moment. Hit crit focus. Oh, spending all the force, so 2 hits, 2 crits. Oh, you're gonna have to spend that evade, or, well, a force and an evade there. So just the crit on red. And it is a structural damage. I mean, that could have been so much worse. So is Soontir now having to switch targets to see if he can take out red? No, he is going for green. 100% I do feel that's the right option. Range 1, 4 dice, Apex Predator, focus, into the Jedi General. You just, if you get all 4 through, 3 hits and a focus, spend that focus token, nothing is shooting at you. That is that Jedi General down. That's 1 less shot into Vader, 1 less ship on the board, 1 less battle meditation, 1 less thing to worry about, 2 more points as well. So exactly the right thing to do there, I feel. Now the question, can Whisper take out Oddball, or does Whisper go into... Looks like it's going for Oddball. I would have potentially... only got ancient knowledge on Oddball, so the potential there to go for yellow could have been good, but focus and evades. Wow. That is Oddball off the table as well. So James was aiming for 3 ships off the table. He's managed 2. And we'll update the overlay in a second. I accidentally clicked red off the table early, but red is still alive, so we'll get that updated shortly. Ooh, that's a really good shot there into Vader. Oh, only 1. So that's 2 going through, so that is a shield and a hit. Vader is half pointed now. and spend that focus. That's a really good shot. Needs all of these. No, that is Vader down. What a round. What a round there. That is a huge piece off the board in Vader. 9 big points as well. Close that gap right down. Will it have much impact later? Can these 3 Jedis still handle Soontir and Whisper? That is the question. But taking Vader off the board, he is an absolute nuke. And Whisper loving that. But scoring no points there. Huge change there. Getting Vader off the board, a huge amount of points. That's one of the risks with Vader. Can't use his force in defense. So he is vulnerable. He doesn't mind using it all in attack, but he does then become vulnerable to being swarmed by multiple ships. Again, having focus, evade, access focus, evade, ancient knowledge is really powerful to help give him some longevity, but this time it did not work. It's now all down to Soontir and Whisper, and my biased self knows that these two can do this. They are such fantastic pilots, fantastic chassis, but it's 2v3. That's always tricky. So red turning up, pointing towards Soontir. Battle meditation. Not going to be as effective when you only have 3. Ooh, but the K-turn from yellow there to get in behind Whisper. Nice. Does make battle meditation from blue a bit tricky. It kind of wants to do that to give red some tokens, but at the same time drains him of force. No, he's going for the barrel roll. I think he's going to try and see if he can block Soontir. Let's see where Whisper ends up. Ooh, Whisper just shooting forward. Now I anticipate, yeah, a barrel roll up. Whisper is aiming for red. He is not bothered that yellow is now behind him. Looks like it could be in yellow's bullseye, so it would be 3 dice from yellow into Whisper there, but that is under the understanding that yellow is even still there. Soontir has decided that that is his target. Debating, does he have range for ancient knowledge there? No, going for the boost, getting out of blue and red's arc there. Blue and red will have nothing to do this turn. And just a reminder as well, should Soontir Fel actually... Well, he's going to go for yellow. Soontir Fel could still do his ability to boost or barrel, because it's not a boost or barrel roll action. So I know he's barreled in the system phase, boosted just then, but he could... Oh, that's 3 hits and a crit. That is yellow down. Nothing yellow can do about that. That's another 2 points for James. That's big. Lots and lots and lots of crits there because he had the hull breach. If James does want to ensure that Soontir is not going to get any shots on him, I don't think he will though. He could have boosted. Whisper, 3 hits. Structural damage, that is red down as well. So what was a 3v2 is now a 2v1. Those two pilots are just absolutely vicious. No shot from blue. No scoring for the mission because Ancient Knowledge was not picked up this turn, but wow. Absolutely destroyed those Jedi. I really bet that Ben wishes he took the evade instead of the focus with that battle meditation in the last round, but that is absolutely insane. It is now 1 Jedi General and a dream. If James picks up even one of these Ancient Knowledges, he has the game in the bag. And Soontir is in a good position to do that. He could just 2 hard round, pick up the Ancient Knowledge, not really care. Alternatively, Whisper could just move in and say, night night, Jedi. There we go. Soontir move around, yeah. Even easier spot for him to get that Ancient Knowledge now. He can just do 2 hard, clear that stress, grab the Ancient Knowledge, be very happy with his day. Yeah, I think Ben had to take that Ancient Knowledge just to stop Whisper from getting a chance at getting it. It is the candy cane as well from Whisper, sort of a reverse candy cane, but that's a range 1 shot there. Does he? Yes, he just takes the focus. Soontir Fel. Too hard. Grabs the Ancient Knowledge. There we go. That is going to be the point that James needs, but can he take out blue? Can he half point blue? 2 hits. Like that, he's going to get at least 1. And looks like Ben is actually just taking that damage. Whisper is just going to cloak up. Oh, I mean, it was very well flown from Ben. It was great to see these Jedi flown so well, but again, real tough matchup. He's not going to spend the Ancient Knowledge, just try and make this points better. Soontir Fel gets all of the evades. He is happy. That is going to be your game, guys. 22-12 in the end. 3-ship build with Vader. It looks pretty tasty. I'd like to see it come up against a few other things, but that was a cracking game. Thank you very much to James for coming down and playing. Again, thanks for Ben for being on the table. Thanks to the XWA for Ancient Knowledge. That is a great scenario. Looking forward to seeing that more in the future and having 5 scenarios for tournaments as well, so we don't have to replay one in a 5-round tournament is great. In the meantime, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.